Are you ready to have your world rocked? In this video, I'm going to tackle some of the most common limiting beliefs that I hear come out of the mouths of real estate agents. You would not believe some of the things I hear. And if you have suffered from these, it's time to help you overcome these obstacles. Stay tuned. And hey, if we haven't met yet, I'm Stefanie Lugo, and I am obsessed with helping you build the real estate business and lifestyle of your dreams. If you're into that kind of thing, be sure to hit subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit that bell notification icon to be notified every time I'm dropping new videos just like this. So let's talk limiting beliefs. Most people struggle from limiting beliefs at some point or another. And what is so dangerous about a limiting belief is a lot of times you don't even realize that you are suffering from one. A limiting belief is a preconceived notion or idea or belief that you just accept to be true, when in reality there are a lot of other alternative beliefs that you could simply choose to believe, and that will take you down a new path towards the life or business or reality that you want to create for yourself. Now, real estate is such a hard industry to take on, and it looks very different in many different parts of the countries, and businesses can all be built in different ways. And so naturally, with all these different variables, real estate agents really question themselves when they get into the industry, right? Like, nobody really prepares you through what it's truly like when you become a real estate agent. They just kind of get you to the point where you can pass a test, and then they're like, okay, bye. And you have to go out there and drum up business and create this incredible lifestyle for yourself. Or like 90% of other real estate agents, you might decide it might not be for you and you go into a different field. And so I think that a lot of those 87 to 90% of agents who ultimately fail really suffer from a collective limiting belief, and I kind of broke it down into 4 main ideas that I want to tackle for you here. The first one I hear very often, and I actually polled on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm asking you guys stuff like this all the time because I want to make sure that I really hear it from the horse's mouth. I asked it on the stories, what are your limiting beliefs? And I got a couple of variations of exactly this one, so that's where we're going to start. And it is, I can't do this, and at any minute I will fail because I can't operate like a business. I think what's really difficult about the real estate industry is that the expectation versus reality are a world away. And because of this, I truly wanted to create a program that could actually help real estate agents put those two together, between the reality and the expectations that are so far off. So in the Market Authority Academy, I'm working with you to help you learn how to build a business that is actually going to work with your lifestyle and help you achieve the goals that you have. I wanted to build this because I struggled with this limiting belief too. When I left my corporate finance 9 to 5, I had no industry experience. I did not know how real estate went. It just honestly kind of sounded fun and easy, and the freedom and flexibility sounded like it was kind of just a given, right? I had the freedom to make as much money as I want, the flexibility to work whenever I want or wherever I wanted. And it turns out that the real estate industry is extremely unforgiving. It is the most unflexible, or maybe it's the least flexible job I've ever had in my life. And it has required more of me than I ever thought that I could actually give. And I think that that can be such a jarring realization for so many different real estate agents. And that is why I spend so much of my time creating these videos for you and helping offer mentorship to agents from across the country. Because if you've ever felt this way, you're not alone. Every single real estate agent has felt this way at one time or another. But you have an opportunity here. You cannot do this with the right systems. You cannot do this with the right help. And what's more is you don't have to do this alone, right? There's a lot of support in the industry if you know where to look for it. And I think that it's important to remember too that so many of us see other real estate agents on social media just going out there and crushing it, right? They're like balling out. They're closing all those deals. They're like hashtag sold, hashtag pending, hashtag top agent. None of it really matters, okay? Because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to figure this out as we go. Even the agents who are producing a ton in their business and they're closing all these deals, they struggle with their lion's share of problems too. And so all you have to focus on at the end of the day to overcome this limiting belief is, what do I need to do next? You need to give yourself the time and space. You need to invest the time and space into your business to make sure that you are creating thoughtful plans with intention on how you are going to equip yourself with the skills that you need to be the agent that you need to be, and you are going to give yourself the training and materials that you need to like help your business get to where it has to operate. It's gonna feel really hard for a while, right? It's gonna feel really clunky and you might be overwhelmed and you're gonna be struggling with the guessing games. That's kind of just part of building a business. Welcome to entrepreneurship, right? But you don't have to go it alone. So if you want help here, you can always just reach out to me in the comments and we can chat about where you're at and where you want to be. Or if you want to discuss having some real mentorship in your side, you can actually book a call with me to discuss the Market Authority Academy and how I can help you get on the fast track to success in your business. So the second big limiting belief that I hear all the time, and I got plenty of these on my Instagram stories as well, is there are so many real estate agents out there. Why would anybody pick me? Nobody understands this like I do, okay? I'm in an area where there are like literally 80,000 other licensees that I'm competing with every single day. And I have lost my fair share of business to my competitors. But there's a couple of things that you need to remember. Number one, business is all just a numbers game. So if you're monitoring your metrics, after enough time, you'll have enough data to determine what your average conversion rates are. And from there, it's just a matter of doing math, right? If you lose one opportunity, how many more is it going to take till you get that signed listing agreement or signed buyer's agreement, right? It's just a matter of making sure that you understand how you tend to perform and monitoring the numbers that show where you're going to be. If you're struggling with that, go ahead and watch this video where I break down the metrics that matter, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how to find clarity in numbers behind your business. But the other thing that's really more important in addressing why should somebody hire you, this comes down to messaging, right? Like, you have to learn at the end of the day how to articulate why somebody should hire you over your competition. It doesn't matter if you're a brand new agent. It doesn't matter if you haven't sold a house in 5 years. It doesn't matter if you are part-time because you're raising your family. You have a lot of things that you can bring to the table. Like, you have a unique set of skills and experiences that are going to set you apart from the next real estate agent. And the way that you leverage those in order to be more relevant to your prospects, to align with their goals and desires, like, that is the secret sauce behind compelling somebody to hire you over your competition. And so it comes down to messaging. This is something that we spend a lot of time doing in the Market Authority Academy. You really have to do this first. And so many agents get into the business thinking they need leads, they need prospects. They're just like running after, all these strategies that at the end of the day are not helping them build a business. You need to really get clear on your branding and your messaging and learn how to articulate that across the right channels so that people are listening to you and they're paying attention, and when the time is right, they're picking up the phone to ask you to help them, not the other way around. Now, the third limiting belief is, I need more leads. Okay, I hear this all the time from agents where they come to me and they're like, I have a lead problem. I'm not generating enough opportunities. That might be a problem, but here's the thing. If you are always chasing your last lead, and I say this from time to time on this channel, if you're only chasing your leads, right, you're only as good as your last sale. You're a salesperson, you're not a business person. So even if you close a bunch of deals and you find yourself with a dry pipeline and you're like, crap, I need to get some clients, where do I get the leads? All you're going to be doing is putting water into a boat with a hole in the bottom of it, and you're going to keep sinking. And I just don't understand why so many of us want to focus on the leads when what we really need to do is create systems that leverage our brand, build our network, and keep inbound marketing strategies that are going to bring people into our business. Okay, like, do you see Walmart like going out there on the side of the street trying to grab customers to bring them into the store? No, they are a giant corporation, one of the most successful in the world, and the way they got that is by identifying the specific problems that they can solve for a specific group of people. Okay, you go there for the bargain, you go there for the things that you need in your everyday life, and they have just about everything that you need at a great cost, right? So they have identified exactly what makes them unique, how they can serve a purpose, and they created consistent marketing that goes across all types of different mediums to reach their audience. You have to behave like this. If you want to have consistent, predictable, like absolutely predictable business coming in, you have to identify the problem that you uniquely are poised to solve. who has that problem? And then you have to share that message where they hang out. And then you have to do that every single day until you decide to close the doors on your business, basically. I just want you to start thinking about ways that you can create systems in your business that are going to help you expand your reach, clarify your messaging, and compel people to reach out to you because they know that you have the solution for their problems, instead of looking for the next quick shiny object that says, hey, I have contact information for you to call. That's not a lead and it's not a solution. Now, the fourth limiting belief I wanted to share with you is something I hear from time to time, and it is the fear of that being a real estate agent will take over my life. Not all agents realize that this is going to become a problem for them because they don't realize how quickly being in real estate can take over your life, but it can very easily, right? And if you really think about it, a great real estate agent is what? Responsive, communicative, they're going to be available when they're needed. But most of our clients need to be available like after their work days, right? So like after their 9-to-5s or on weekends. That doesn't mean that you only work in the evenings and on weekends, because you're still operating a business during that 9-to-5. That means that there are so many more working hours that you have to be like quote unquote on call. And so it is really concerning for a lot of agents who are trying to build in boundaries for their family lives or for other gigs that they have or other interests outside of real estate. It's tough to build in those boundaries. And so there's a couple of things that we want to do here. Number one, you have to get really clear on your values. And something that we spend time doing personally is really identifying our values, and we use those as kind of a guiding light for us. It can be really tempting to say yes to anything that looks like an opportunity in real estate, especially when you're hungry. So especially when you're like building a new business or your pipeline is dry and you're like, I just need to get opportunities. What happens when you say yes to everything is you double cross the promise that you've made with yourself when you've identified your values. Okay, and by that, if you say family is important to you, but you're willing to choose any kind of real estate need over the time that you delegate to spending with your family, you're going to feel awful, and you know you're going to feel awful. So if family is one of your values, you need to identify the times that you are not going to be picking up the phone and that you are going to solely be focusing on your family, and you need to stick to it. Of course, there are going to be times when you kind of have to bend the rules a little bit, and that's fine, but those are one-offs. The other things that you might want to do as well is, in understanding your values, help that guide your ideal clients or the audience that you're trying to get in front of, or your niche, whatever word you want to use here. Here's the thing, when you're the real estate agent for everybody, you're not the real estate agent for anyone. And so when you get really clear on where you want to specialize and exactly the kind of opportunities that you're trying to cultivate for your business, saying no becomes a lot easier. Right? And that's not to say that we're being so selective that we're going to say no to really interesting opportunities, but it does give you a little more leeway to create the space that you need and make sure that you are honoring the things that are important to you. And then another part is just understanding your goals, right? So for me, when we started our family, I just kind of accepted the fact that that was not going to be the year that I was going to explode my business and help 100,000 families and take over my market. And I really created a lot of boundaries when my newborn came, and I was able to enjoy a 3.5-month maternity leave, which I never thought was going to be possible. In real estate. I genuinely did not. What helped me accomplish that is creating systems that really took so much of the overwhelming guesswork out of my business. It saved me enough time and gave me enough peace of mind to know that I could step back while things would still get done. And I also made it really clear to my client base. I let them know my values, I let them know my intention, and they honored that because I was serious. Coincidentally, that year I ended up having the best year of production of our business. So sometimes when you do this and you get serious about that, people have so much respect for you that business comes back twofold. What are you thinking? I know this stuff gets really deep and it gets really in the weeds, and this is really only scratching the surface of what limiting beliefs you may be struggling with. So if I missed one, drop it in the comments. Let's tackle it together and help you overcome it so that you can accomplish the things that you dream of accomplishing in this business and life. Really want to let you know that I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and hang out with me, taking some time to invest in yourself and in your business. I think that is so awesome. So definitely, if you're into it, be sure to hit subscribe to this channel and hit that bell notification icon to be notified the next time I'm dropping a video just like this. Until next time, keep on crushing it.